Here we go. Hi, it's Sailor Moon, and it's me, Sailor Earth here. And today we're going to talk about, this one thing that, well, first thing I want to talk about. So I've been making some films with me and my other sailor fighters or sailor keepers in it. And YouTube sometimes likes to pick it where it's only me there and no one else. Why? I don't know. There's really nothing you can do. And it's only a one man team here that's, doing it. So it's not like we can hold two dolls up to a shooter, take a likeness, and then upload the likeness. So it is what it is. So today's film is going to talk about Google Chromebook and really are they using good? Well, I had a LG Google Chrome base between 2020 between while to 2020 while. And they only give you updates and backing for 6 years or so. Now, I can't speak for any of the newer ones that have come out now, but that's what it is for the Chrome bases. Now, one of the good things they do got going for them is their sandbox, which at the end of the day, no one has gotten anything past. Now, why do I even talk about this? Because first off, some folks out there might think that, oh well, 6 years, it's a short time off, which it is. For anyone who's getting a Google Chromebook now, they need to know that in 6 years they're going to be buying another one. Now, since we got that out of the way, the other thing we do need to talk about here is that, so a lot of folks out, sorry for clearing my throat. Now, a lot of folks asked us, and some of our older, I don't know, some of our older film, oh, why was it dark out? Why was the lights not on? Well, you see, in the beginning, when you shift the timer back, it gets brighter in the morning. Well, not so much now, but in the beginning it did. So for all those folks out there who think that you're going to be going to learn, you're going to be going to work in the daylight, not true. By the end of your time, once you get to work, once you get to learn, yeah, it'll be bright out. But you're going to be in the dark. Alright? And that is like, I guess, one of the downsides to this whole daylight keeping time bullshit is that during the fall and winter you have lost your daylight. You haven't gotten daylight. You know? And talking talking about something like this isn't going to is no big deal. We already talked about it before, and it is what it is. Well, you're right, Sailor Moon. And now someone's going to watch this film, and they're going to hear us gag, and they're going to ask, are we all right? And we're going to say, yes, we are all right. That we're good. You know, things like this happen in true life. They happen in films. We're not going to go skill the Microsoft Film Shifter. We're not going to go skill the YouTube Film Shifter and cut it out. You know, because someone out there might not like that. Well, that's too bad. But we're doing well. Sorry for clearing my throat there. So anyway, yeah, what would we even call this film? I guess we'll call it talking about things that are on our mind. Well, so what we truly did want to talk about was AEW. And I know anytime you gave AEW followers, not all of them, but a lot of them get booty aped. And they get mad and they'll say shit about WWE. But at the end of the day, what does AEW have? Truly nothing. Oh, they have older wrestlers that truly can't go anymore. They got Chris Jericho. He can be funny, But at the end of the day, he can't wrestle the same way he once wrestled in his early days. You got Dustin Runnels, who's going around doing whatever the fuck he's doing. You have Jake Roberts, who's really more of a Ford man for Vince Archer. You got Dallas Page, who doesn't truly wrestle anymore. And at the end of the day, you got Billy Gunn, who just fucks around every once in a while. Yeah, and then you got a bunch of irked Mad Rats, former WWE wrestlers like Matt Hardy and Dean Ambrose and Alexander Rusev, who either behave the same way they behaved when they were in WWE, or they get besmirched. I know that Shao Kahn and Anthony Khan like to say the wrestlers are free now, but that's not true. The wrestlers are not free, unless you mean free to shade their hair yellow and act like clown and behave like clowns. Then yes, I guess they're free in that sense. Yeah, you read about that, Sailor Moon. I mean, not so much free. I mean, not. I mean, at the end of the day, they're not. Not AEW's not that good. I mean, they behave like beating out and like Dynamite beating out NXT is such a big deal. Well, Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown can still beat Dynamite in a watch time. They do the same kind of dumb fights all the time. No one does anything new. And every saga and tale that they do is either knocked off from either something that WF did or WE did or M or AMCW, WCW did. And then you got fuckers like Cody Rhodes who think they're stars, but they're not. Yeah, his father was a well-known wrestler, but he's not. You know. And then you have other folks like, Kenny Omega, who everyone loves because he was big in NJPW. But the truth was, he was in WWE from 2001 while to 2002 while didn't do very well. And you got the Young Bucks, Matt and Nicholas Buck that goes around doing the same shit they've been doing for years. They were in WWE in 2009 while the 2010 while things didn't really quite work out for them. And you got Shao Kahn and Anthony Kong, and neither of them even understand how to run a wrestling business. You got Shao Kahn believing that he can outdo Vince McMahon, but he doesn't know the fuck he's doing. He's got his hands in way too many businesses. He's either got his hands overseeing a football team at Jacksonville Jaguars. He's got his hands overseeing I don't know, another football team over in England, and Manchester United, Manchester Wanted, or something like that. He's got his hand in a fine cart making business, so I don't even think he knows the fuck he's doing when it comes to wrestling. And his son Anthony Kong thinks he's God's gift to wrestling, but he's not. Shao Kahn isn't. Anthony Kong isn't. Kenny Omega and Brandy Rhodes and Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks aren't nothing. They don't understand how to do anything when it comes to running a wrestling business right. You read about that, Sailor Earth. And I know that might be hard for a lot of AEW followers out there they can't handle AEW being scathed. Anyone says anything bad about them. And then you have Jim Ross and Tony Schiavone, which are good play-by-play callers, but they make Tony Schiavone and Jim Ross have to make shit that they know isn't good, but they gotta show play that it is good. So at the end of the day, AEW is not going to be WCW. Remember IW back when it started out and it thought it was the shit? Well, that's how AEW is now. What IW was in the beginning. And over time, AEW is going to fall down, and it's going to fall. And then all AEW is folks that hate WWE. Folks who hate Vince McMahon, who loved Shao Kahn, because they think Shao Kahn is the healer of wrestling or whatever the fuck they think he is. Just the same way that IW followers think Dixie Carter is this healer of wrestling or something. But at the end of the day, neither of them know how to do anything right. They keep talking about, oh, shift the oversight, shift the strength, shift the strength. Well, what did that shift out to be? Bringing back Adrian Neville? Oh, we're going to get Shaquille O'Neal. Well, think back when these folks that bitched about Shaquille O'Neal being in WWE, but they love him when he's in AEW. So, yeah, at the end of the day, it is what it is. You know, Sailor Moon. I mean, it's all fucked up. It's two-sided. AEW followers and IW followers are offshooted from each other. You know, they hate everything WWE does. They bitch, whine, and nag about everything WWE does. And they believe that AEW is going to heal the wrestling business. Well, I got news for you. AEW, all they've done is besmirch the wrestling business. I'm Sailor Moon, I'm Sailor Earth, and I'll see you later.